Hey guys, back to 1943X here, back with another video on the Jupiter and Blender, and today we're gonna work on the wheels some more, just a little bit, and we are gonna make the front bogey wheels and the thing that holds them. So this is pretty complicated, but what we're gonna do today is we're gonna add the weights, and I think I figured out a pretty good way to get the separate panels in. So I'm going to show you that right now. So they should just sit between these three. As you notice, the back one doesn't have any weights. So I don't really need the reference picture for this right now. But we're going to do one side at a time. And the way I did it yesterday when I made this is really weird. So I'm going to delete these edges. And you will see it should be fine for you, but if it's not, you don't have to. I'm going to bevel this ever so slightly. About like, whoa, hold up, there we go. I'm gonna bevel this ever so slightly. It's about right there, 0.65. You really don't want it to be too much because something you're not gonna really be seeing. And then you're gonna you have to do this manually. It's kind of weird. Oh, what's it doing there? Oh, hello, I did it the wrong side. Holy crap. There we go. And then, so that's our first panel. And don't worry, it'll look better in a minute. Can I just do this once? Nope. I don't know why it does that, but it is weird. Thanks, Blender gods. Okay, so now we're gonna select all our panels and extrude them out on the x-axis, but make sure that they're not, you can't see them through the top. So it's looking alright, you know, but we can make it better. You could leave it at this and call it good, but I'm not gonna, because I'm a freak. And then I'm gonna, hello, whoa, that's trippy. So I guess you can't just do these all at once, which kind of sucks. There we go. So I'm gonna go up by just 0.1 and put like 6 segments in there. And I'm gonna proceed to do this on all of them. Maybe not the middle ones, actually. I forgot about that, sorry. Okay. Okay, so there we have it. Those are our basic weights. You can see they look pretty decent. But if we look at our picture, we can see that it has rivets in these, and yeah, they're not bolts. You can also tell by looking at actual pictures of the Jupiter. So we are going to go into object mode, and we're gonna add a sphere. And you don't have to have it super detailed, like super amount of faces, because this will be so small that it'll look good. Just gonna scale that down more. Okay, I'm gonna copy and paste it to be down here too. And once that's done, oops, are they inside the wheel? Oops. Yes, they are. Okay. So once this is out like this, I'm gonna join them. I'm gonna go back to the wheel. I'm gonna select these two faces. Make sure you're selecting both of them, not just one of them. Mesh, snap, cursor to selected, because that's gonna be the middle of our weight. And then we're gonna copy this, but first we're gonna set it to 3 cursor. Then we're gonna mirror it on the X, on the Y-axis. There we go. So now we have our weights, or not our weights, our rivets for the weights. You just set them in like that, and then join them to your wheel. All right, so that looks pretty good. I wish I would have done this in the second video, or the video yesterday, so I didn't have to deal with doing this on the other side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna snap cursor to world origin and object set origin to 3D cursor. And because I don't want to have to do this twice, I'm just gonna delete this wheel right here, and I will just copy. Oh wait, right. I'm actually gonna do this part too. Vertices. Okay. Copy. Object. Or paste. Okay. Object. Mirror. X global. And I actually want to go fill in that hole first. So I'll just and I will bridge these faces, and I will go into edges and make a new, and oh my god, and where is it? Bridge edge loop. Oh, that's why. It's because I haven't joined these yet. Sorry guys. I guess we're also gonna want to fill in this back segment too. So just alt click that. You don't have to do this, but I want to because it'll look nicer. Bridge rate, yep. Okay, so there we go. We have our front wheels with our weights in them, and they look pretty great, if I do say so myself. I don't know why there's that one line there. That's weird. Let's look at that. Oh, no, okay. So if, I don't know if this is happening for you guys, but I'm just gonna merge at the center. I'm gonna merge. I'm gonna get the two vertices. Why are you like this? Maybe I'll just leave it. You know, you're not gonna see it so small. But I don't know why mine's like that. Yours might be too. And if you really want to, you can go fix that. But I don't really feel like bothering with that. So we're gonna make our two front wheels now. And it's just pretty much the same as making the back. It's actually might be easier than making the back. So 90, 90, and we will add our reference picture back in. And just like the back, bring the very circle into the center and scale it. Okay, now go into edit mode, and we will grab this. I just want to grab the front face so we can do all the detailing. So actually, hold up, everything's too small. Or have it like this, because this is where the flange is. Okay, so once you have it like this, grab your front and back face, and we are going to just inset them. Pretty simple and easy. Just getting on all the lines. And once we have this, the reason I did it on the back too is so that we can do the what we did with here, where we made the accurate size axles. So I'm gonna grab these and I'm gonna scale it with X. I'm gonna ESX. There we go. So we can make our cool and accurate details. And also by looking at the Jupiter, we can see that these are almost like rounded too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but if you're doing a separate terrain, you might not want to. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna keep it like that, but I'm not gonna worry about the back too much because no one's gonna be seeing that. It's just the front you want to worry about. Okay, so it's a thick boy. Thick boy. But we're gonna fix that because I hate looking at that. So just bring the back in to there, and grab just that edge with Alt, clicking it, and bring it out to there where you have your other ones, and you set your flange to the same one, so because they all should be the same. All right, and there we go. That looks pretty decent. Something looks off almost. Oh, I think I know what it is. Hold up. Yeah, it's because this one right here isn't as far in as that. So that's a pretty easy fix. So, yep, there we go. So it's just grabbing this edge and pulling it in. Okay, so now that we have our wheels, you just want to double check that they're lined up correctly. So this one's a little off. So it's going to be a little less. There we go. It's going to be different for yours probably, but... And then it's also, the front's a little longer. You know what, I'm just more worried about the back, so I'm not going to bother too much. Object, set origin to 3D cursor, and you know, it's just the same, just mirroring it with on the X global. Okay, I'm going to hide this. And then joining them and grabbing their centers. So really not that difficult. We're just gonna copy this. And that's like right there. .5. There we go. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now, the really hard part is making the inside, because it's super complicated. I'm gonna add my reference. You might not have a reference, and you might just like do a block if that's what you want to do, but making this one was actually pretty fun from when I last did my my last train. So here it is. So this is for the Jupiter and the 119. I think it's let's take a look. This one might be for the Jupiter. No, it's this one. And they're really similar, so I wouldn't necessarily bother. So I'm just gonna scale it down until I think it matches the wheels and the size. So bam, a little more. It might be a little off because they're different. I know that the 119 their spacing's different, but as long as this proportion's accurate, it'll be fine. Seems to be scooted over just a little bit anyways. So I just, yeah, okay, so when doing this one, we're gonna start with the top and bottom, and we're gonna do it kind of similar to how we did the other main frame one. So just scaling this down and make it long as it needs to be. then I'm gonna go into object mode, set origin to 3D cursor, which is at the world origin, and near this, and join them. And it's pretty similar to how we did. I'm gonna hide this and that so I can see better. Like I said, pretty similar, but when I'm doing this one, I think should be right around there. And there too. Okay, so I'm gonna join these parts. Just forgot to bridge the faces. Okay. So, and then I'm gonna start working on this part. So this part's easier than it looks, and we're gonna focus on getting the base shape down. Okay, and then just coming in and raising this up to get that little. Okay, well, thanks, Blender. We'll get that in a minute. This one's a bit more tricky because it does that weird curve bit, but that'll be easy just by what's the word? Beveling it. There we go. Okay, all of those are selected. Oh. Should scale. Why are you doing that? Okay, so I don't know why it's doing that. I think it's just because I have all the faces selected, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab all the faces on one side, and I will bring it to however far it needs to be. About there, and I'm going to copy and paste this because I'm scaling it, grab the other sides, and scale along the y-axis, extrude scale on the y-axis to there. Are these different? Okay, well, I think they're different actually. So, and like on the back one, actually no, this isn't like on the back one, but we are just gonna bevel them. So because these front ones are a little. I didn't do the back one. Okay. I forgot to grab those, I guess. I don't know, no big deal. Bam. And bam. Okay, so now that that's done, we're gonna bring this out more. Did I grab two? No, okay. On the y-axis. And it's a little off. I'm not really too concerned about that because once again, this is one of the parts that no one's going to be seeing, so this could come out just a little bit. Yeah. There we go. And it's gonna be a little different than the bottom in terms of this part, so I'm just gonna bring it up to there, and to make the bar part, I will just bridge the faces. Oh, hello? There we go. And it's just doing the same thing. And I'm going to go off of these because that's the same as the bottom one, so it'll look alright, I guess. I mean, you don't have to. I don't know if it would be different in real life or if it's the same. I'm just gonna assume it's the same. But bridge faces. And there we go. Okay, there's our basic frame. There we go. So, obviously it does need to be more complex, and that's what we're gonna do right now. So, we're gonna work on, it does need to come out like right there for where the wheels are held. So we're gonna do that. And the way we're gonna do that is we are just gonna do some, ooh, that's perfect. Just loop cuts. And I'm just eyeballing this, but ooh, yeah, that's right, I forget that. It's really tripping me up because I forget how these drawings are different. That was perfect. Okay. And because this one's being weird, I'm just going to merge. What the hell? Oh, is it only doing it on one side? Oh, it's doing it on the inside. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I don't know why it's only doing it on the inside. On the inside. Oh. Okay. So, bam, bam. I'm not really worried too much anymore. I should have. I'm so sorry. I want to be like as accurate as I possibly can, so that's why I'm taking my sweet time on making these line up. Did it wrong. I did it wrong once again. Okay. Now we just gotta do the same exact thing on this side, and we can bring out these faces to make a raised edge. Okay. And just grab all of these. And scale them with X. Sorry, extrude scale X. Alright, and there we go. So now that's raised, the wheels will sit inside of there. But we need to keep going because there's still a bunch we're missing, like this part primarily. And that one's gonna be not too hard to make. As you can see, these are off, but I don't really care too much. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm gonna do 8 of those. Now I'm gonna grab the most center one. Right? Yeah. And bridge that face. So that's gonna make basically what the rotating axis sits on, which is this. So it allows it to turn where the pistons sit. And okay. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to do more loop cuts. 8. I'm gonna do 10 this time. And I'm going to actually, maybe I won't do that. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And gotta remember how to do this last time. Okay, alright. So, I remember last time, all I did was I added another cube. Holy crap, that's way too big. And I'm just gonna make it so it's the same height, or the same length as this, because if it's a square, if it's a cube, it should just be the same on all sides. Scale Z. Okay, it's more like a rectangle, but whatever. And then I will bring it into there. So, yeah, it's sitting in the center, I'd say. I'd also like to bring the bottom ones up, but I need to work on getting this shape. And we can see that it does like this weird thing right there. So maybe, actually, yeah, we'll bring the bottom up to like there. So, yeah, just we're gonna step this down just a little bit. And we're just gonna do our loop cuts and extruding it until we match what's on the blueprint. So for this one, I don't think it should be that wide, so I'm going to do 2 of these things on each side, and I want to make sure that, hold up, where is it? There it is. That these are the same length from each other. So to do that, I'm just going to bring this in. I'm going to bring this one in to around there. And it's not messing up the geometry of the overall look or anything. It's just moving the these node thing. I forget what they're called. I did this one. Yeah, that looks about right. Bam. Okay, so now that these are lined up, I will grab this one and bridge these faces so it gets that like support type thing in there. And I would assume it's also on the back, so maybe I'll do that in a minute, but that looks pretty decent. Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay, let's add back in our reference. And there's not too much else to do. I guess, like, other than adding visual noise, I think that's what it's called. There's nothing else too much to do, other than we need to start making the top part. And doing that's pretty simple. We're just gonna get rid of our picture because we can just do this by hand. Mesh, snap, cursor to selected, and add cylinder. We're gonna scale that down, and I don't think there's really it shows where it should be on our reference. So just by having it in the center, you can see on top of them, that's where it is. This works just fine. So just go ahead and join these together, and that's pretty good. And like, now we just need to make our leaf springs, and leaf springs are pretty difficult to do. I mean, they're not difficult, they're just annoying, really. That's all it is. So I'm gonna scale that down, and I don't think actually, first, sorry, we need to do the holders for the leaf springs. So it's these thingamajiggers, but we're still gonna use the cube for that. Just go into edit mode, and we are just gonna drag this for however long it needs to be, so we can finally be the bees are meant to be mark. This is great news. And then you can then what I'll do is I'll typically just bring this up, even though it might not match at first. I'll just kind of form it with the bevel. So like, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna call it that. And we only have one side done, so I'm gonna go into here, mesh, snap, cursor to selected, and object, set origin 3D cursor, copy and paste, and then mirror Y and join them. And there we go. I'm not sure how far these should be in, but I think they should be around there because our leaf springs are gonna go behind it, and actually these should be like way thinner. So, not too thin, not too thick. I'd say right there is probably about good. Okay, so our leaf springs sit inside of these, and we're gonna use a square, or not a square, a cube to do that. And when I make leaf springs, my method is it needs like this, where I get this cube as small as I need it to be, maybe a little smaller. There we go. Oh, thinner. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. So I like to make a little rectangle, and then I'll bring it out to however long it needs to be. Ooh, like right there. And then what I'll do is I will bevel all the edges. Not too much. Right about there is pretty great. And then I will just kind of bring it up. And when I do this, you see it looks, leaf springs are supposed to be like curved almost. So with these, I will just continue to add more loop cuts and make it more curved as I go. Like almost there, it's pretty good. Actually, I don't like how immediately drew. Well, I think it's pretty good. And then I will copy and paste it and just bring it down ever so slightly so it sits on top of the last one. And we really don't need too many of these, so like just bring it up until it fills in this space on the thing. So like there. And that's our basic leaf spring done. And I think in real life it would probably sit inside of there, in this part. Sorry. But maybe I'll fix that in a sec. So, and because of this being weird for the leaf spring holders, it needs to be like kind of almost actually this, there we go. I will just find one of the, that's way too thin. Okay, so I like to make mine like this, like yeah, this way. So let's again add a cube and just start scaling it a little bigger. There we go. Remember, there's only insane accidents, not happy little accidents. So like that, and then because this part's gonna be inside of here, we don't have to worry about that. So there we go. And then we just need to copy this, or first we need to set it, the origin 3 cursor, then copy and paste it, and mirror to X globe, mirror to Y global. And there we go. That wasn't too hard. So we will actually just copy this. Oh crap, we need to set our world origin to here first. We need to set the world origin, then the origin of all that stuff, so we can have it on the other side. Then mesh, snap cursor to selected, and then go in here. Oh crap, I forgot to object, set origin 3D cursor, Now we can paste it and mirror to X globe. Object set origin 3D cursor. Mirror X global. Okay. Bam, that looks really great now. So we can add our wheels back in. And that's our basic bogey. You know, it wasn't too difficult to make. These, I like making these a lot because I think they're pretty enjoyable because they're fun. Actually, this wheel is off by just a smidge, and maybe I will. Actually, no, I'm gonna move this and this bit forward just a little bit because I think that'd be more accurate and look better. So there we go. There is our basic frame. And what I'm actually gonna do, which I forgot to do, is just join everything. So now we just cleared up a bunch of crap in there. And it looks pretty good. I think it looks really good actually. I'm pretty proud of myself for making that. And now we're one step closer to finishing this. So the thing that comes next is the steam chest, which is where steam would flow through from here, go along two big tubes into the pistons, and that's where this connects to. So that's where that moves around at to help the locomotive go over the curves. But that will be probably, I mean, I want to decide if I want to do that here or the next video, because I think we'll do that now. We'll start on it at least. I'm not going to do the pistons or anything today. I just want to get the steam chest. So you could probably eyeball this, but I'm going to add my reference picture. And I forgot to put it in the last video, but I get all my reference pictures from the Golden Spike website, one of them, so I'll put that in the link in the description if you are recreating the Jupiter like I am. Okay, there we go. So as we can see, this is a bit larger than we need it to be. Okay, so there we go. Oh wait, no, it's still a little high. So it should sit on the frame like that. And I'm gonna hide this one. So the right is the Jupiter and the left is the 119. So how I do this is like everything, it starts with a cube. Little baby cube, look how cute he is. Look how cute he is. So bringing this down to here. Then so this is where this section right here is where the our two items should meet. So maybe this, I think this whole thing needs to come up a notch. So we'll have to fix that in a sec. But yeah, let's continue working on this thing right here. Scale by X. And we're just gonna be focused on, on this side of the blueprint, and we're not gonna focus on like these circles or anything, because that's where the pistons are, and I'm just focusing on the piston box right now. the steam chest. Bam. Okay. There we go. So now it has that nice little curve. Or whoa. Okay. It has that nice little curvy part right there. So I think with the steam chest, it comes up to this right here. So I think what I'll do is, oops. So I'll just add one in the center, and then we'll adjust it when it needs to be higher, because I know it's going to need to be higher. Oh, hello. And then scale with X. Yep. Or actually, need to be lower. I was wrong. Okay, so now we have our basic outline for our steam chest, and where everything meets together. This needs to come down because it's not right where I want it to be. Okay, and I could just bring this down, which actually that's probably what I'll do, because that's easier. But I think in real life this would be taller, so like right there where it's inside of this. It doesn't have to be too far in, but that looks really decent. I'm really proud of that. Then when making, we'll focus on this curved bit with when the boiler, when we make that. So to make these little feet things, what we'll do is we'll just bring those in. I want to move it. It sucks because it's like too close and then too far. Okay. Then bring that up to there. Okay, hold up. That's not how I wanted to do that. 2, 2. Okay. And I'm gonna bring it up to about how high I think it needs to be, and bring it in with scaling by X. And it's hard because like it almost deforms it, so I'm going to try to undo that just a little bit by grabbing the two outside ones and scaling it to make it a little bigger. And that looks pretty damn decent. And bring these, fill those. Okay, and that is like pretty much what we need to do. I forgot about this part. I keep saying that's pretty much what we need to do, and then I forget about something again. My bad. Okay. Alright, so it still needs to be curved more. Appears to make it look better. I know it's still not exact, but yeah, it works. What the? Why? Why are you like this? Stupid blender. I think that's about it. You could bring this up a little more, but we'll get this curve done when we add the boiler. We'll just use a boolean. And yeah, that looks pretty good, I'd say, for today's progress. Sorry. And what the what? Okay, that's how I fix that. And I'm gonna leave that there. Should that have it on? No, it should not. I don't know why I think I'm getting a little bit of messing things up. So we're just gonna act like I never said we're done for today, and we're gonna fix that. So there we go. That's there. Everything's fixed and back to normal, how it should be. Alright, so that's gonna be it for today's progress. I hope you enjoyed this video and it helps. And the next one, I think we will be making the boiler and adding the smokestack, which smokestacks are probably one of my favorite things to make. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow or when I upload next. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.